Walking on broken glass. Hey everyone, I'm Brent the Middleman, your middle-aged middle manager in Middle America. And if you're watching this Moon Knight video, then you've probably already checked out all the Easter egg videos done by the larger channels, and I'm sure they are great. So I'm not going to just rehash all the same information they were able to pump out 10 minutes after the show aired because they have editors and got the episode 2 weeks ago. Instead, you'll get my thoughts on the show and my theories about where I think things may be headed. Chances are you'll disagree, so please let me hear all of your thoughts and theories in the comments. With that out of the way, crush a glass, mazel tov, and slip on your favorite pair of alligator shoes, because here we go. First of all, I love this episode. It was probably my favorite opening episode of any Marvel Disney Plus show so far. Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke are perfectly cast, and I can't wait to see them go head to head, or god to god, over the course of the series. Hawke is playing Arthur Harrow, a guy who seems to be dealing with the same thing as Steven/Mark. They are both being controlled by an Egyptian god, but Harrow seems way more into it. Harrow is controlled by Amet, a goddess with the head of a crocodile, and the crocodile references were anything but subtle, starting with the cane with a crocodile head on it, and the sandals that look like crocodile skin, to the moving crocodile-headed scales tattoo. There were also crocodiles all over the museum, and Steven even says, "Laters, Gators," as one of his many quirky catchphrases. Oh, and who is it that Steven keeps talking to on the phone? Is he just talking to himself? I think it's supposed to be his mom, and he says he got her postcard, but it looks like a postcard from the museum he works at. So is Mark sending them to Steven to keep up the persona? Anyway, from what I can gather, Amet is a goddess that will eat the heart or the soul of the dead if they do not pass judgment. Harrow tells the German townspeople and Steven that Amet only eats bad people, but I'm not so sure. The old lady said she only did good her whole life, but her soul got swallowed. Harrow tells her that it may be something she hasn't done yet, but she's like 80 years old. Was she going to go on a shooting spree or hand out poison apples on Halloween? I'm thinking that Harrow is being misled by Amet. Amet really wants to eat good souls, but is telling Harrow that the people are bad. In the museum, when Harrow grabs Steven for judgment, the scales are confused. This could be because of the multiple personalities within him, or because he is already dead. The little girl at the beginning asked Steven if it was hard for him not to be allowed through the reeds. He is confused and tells her that he hasn't died, right? But maybe he has died, and that's how he got connected to the god Khonshu that is controlling him. We already saw that Khonshu can fix his broken bones, but maybe it can bring him back from the dead too. Oh, and how did that little girl know he had died before? I also like how Steven hears the voices in his head as if they are outside his body. In mythology, there are stories of people speaking to gods or hearing the voice of gods. In his book, The Origin of Consciousness and the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind, Julian Jaynes theorized that the human mind used to not be unified as it is now, so internal voices would seem like outside voices. He thinks this explains the stories of interactions with the gods in the past. Perhaps Steven's disorder is caused by his mind being fractured like the early human brain, and this is why the voices seem to be coming from outside his body. Maybe the show writers kept this book around to look smart, like I do, and then borrowed a few tidbits from it. The show also does a great job of getting us to like, and then feel bad for, the Steven persona. We can really feel his frustration and loneliness, and this will make it even harder in future episodes when we see him fighting with Mark to stay in control. His only real friend seems to be a human statue that looks exactly like Robin Williams. I've heard other people say that the statue guy also resembles a character from the comics called Crawley, so yeah, it's probably that guy. Steven's wild weekend in Germany, at least I think it's Germany, was awesome. This is where we get introduced to the Golden Scarab MacGuffin, and we first get to see Mark saving Steven's butt. I loved how his eyes would roll back, the camera would shake, and then bam, we jump back to Steven as he sees that he just killed a bunch of dudes, or shot a guy, or is driving backward. I think in a future episode we may get these same scenes but from Mark's perspective. My guess is that the scarab is some kind of key, or something that will allow Amet to be freed, and Khonshu does not want this. At the museum, Steven brought up the Ennead and how the museum is only promoting 7 gods. However, he says there were actually 9 gods in the Ennead. I wonder if Ammit and Khonshu are the missing 2. The 7 gods probably had them banished or locked away somehow, and they are both trying to get free by controlling humans. Harrow tells Steven that Ammit's avatar betrayed her, and I wonder if we will get to meet this avatar. My theory is that the woman on Mark's flip phone, Layla, may be connected to Ammit somehow. I only think this because it would be a really heartbreaking twist for someone close to Steven and Mark to betray them, or we find out was just using them. This would also make Harrow a sympathetic villain. If we find out that Ammit was lying to him about eating only bad souls, and then he isn't even the avatar she wants. Maybe he thinks he really is doing good. What do you guys think? Would this be a cool twist? The episode also has an excellent ending. The thing chasing Steven was definitely terrifying, and that made it even cooler when we saw how scared it was of Moon Knight. The bathroom scene with Mark convincing Steven to let him take over was great. Oscar Isaac really made it seem like 2 totally different people, and I totally bought in. The costume looks fantastic, and it's hard to imagine anything being able to stop Moon Knight. He seems to be immortal and incredibly strong, putting him right up there with Thor and Captain Marvel. It will be interesting if we get a hint at his weakness. Obviously, losing his connection with Khonshu would be bad, so I think we will see this happen at some point, and then Steven and Mark will get it back somehow. All in all, an incredible opening episode, and I'm very excited for the rest of the series. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the episode and what your theories are for where the show is headed. Do you think any of my predictions will happen, or am I way off base? Also, let me know if you want me to keep covering the show and if you like this style, or if I should do more of a scene-by-scene breakdown. If you're new to the channel, I do videos about shows like Moon Knight, Raised by Wolves, Severance, From, The Umbrella Academy, The Boys, and more. So if you like those shows, please consider subscribing, as it would mean a lot to this middle-aged middle manager. Thanks again for watching. Once again, I'm Brent the Middleman, and I'll see you next time.